with the Howler, the original plan of the production team was to do a letter, and CGI Molly's face onto it. But Mira said she didn't want to do that. She wanted the letter to tell its own story, so to say. So she created this origami piece where the white paper inside forms the teeth and the ribbon forms the tongue, and the letter just talks about himself, which I think is much better than a CGI face on a letter. And last but not least, funny story about the letters. So the handwriting on the letter is Mira's handwriting, and it's her actual handwriting. It's a bit neater, but it's her actual handwriting. So she had to license her handwriting to herself in order to be able to put it on the letters, because otherwise everything she would have ever written in her entire life would belong to Warner Brothers and it would be a copyright infringement. So she had to license it to herself, and it's such iconic writing as well, like everyone knows it, because it's so iconic. And the letters themselves, they got printed onto 3 different papers. So they got printed on the thick parchment-like paper for Harry to handle with the wax seal. Then they got printed on slightly smaller and lighter paper without the wax seal for the owls to carry. Because when you look at the owl, you think the heads are about this big, but they're actually about this big. So they couldn't carry the heavy letters, so they had to make them smaller and lighter for the owls to actually carry. And then the last kind of paper they got printed on is the paper you use for banknotes. So when they come out of the fireplace, they will kind of swing and kind of fling around and make this amazing effect. And they obviously had to make thousands of these, because every time Daniel Radcliffe messed up a scene, they had to kind of collect them and kind of put new ones in and do it again. And I mean, considering that he was about 12, 11 at the time, he probably messed it up quite a couple of times. So the amount of letters is just insane. And all the letters you do get to see in close-up are hand addressed by Mira, because she didn't want to copy it, because she was afraid that it was going to show up on camera if they're all exactly the same. So she actually hand wrote every single one of them, and one of them you can see here, because those are the original props from the films. Or some of the original props. They've obviously created a couple of more of these. And just to sum it up, I do have one interesting fact about the Marauders map. So this is one of the original Marauders maps that they actually used. And Mira drew it all by hand in sections, and then it got put together on the computer. But it's all actually like handwritten. And she made, as people do, 2 spelling mistakes. One that you can actually see in the film, and you can see if you look on the outer page here. I don't know if you notice it.
Oh, there's an E.
Exactly, she misspelled Mooney. They fixed it all on the prints, obviously, but on the original there's the spelling mistake, and you can actually see it in the films if you pay attention to it. And the other spelling mistake is one that you would never notice in the films, and you would never notice anywhere else except for here, is that she misspelled Whomping Willow. She missed the H in the Whomping. There's actually, I don't know if it's still there, when you walk down the stairs, there's a sketch of the Whomping Willow, and it does say put H here.